Hey guys, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I am finally starting on some holiday cards for family members, and I decided to use this super cute little puppy that I think looks so much like my little bandito. And this stamp set is from my creative time, and it's called Christmas Doggy, and the stamp set was gifted to me by my sweet friend Marla H. A few of my hubby's aunts and uncles have dogs that also look like this. One is a little black dog, and one has little spots like Bandito, and one is all white, and one has kind of a creamy color, an apricot or golden color. So I am going to show you guys some different coloring combinations with Copic markers to color up this sweet little puppy. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm first stamping out the little hat onto a Post-it note so that I can create a mask. And I'm creating the hat first because that's in the forefront of the image on top of the dog. I am now fussy cutting out the little mask from the Post-it note paper, and then I'm going to be placing it on top of the stamped image on my Copic friendly paper. There's the mask, and now I'm taking the stamp of the puppy and stamping just over the hat so that when you remove the mask, it looks like the puppy is wearing the little hat. I'm doing it a second time here just so you can see the whole process again. So I'm stamping, and you'll notice the little ears of the puppies go beyond the hat, and that's exactly how I wanted to do it. Now I apologize, some of the coloring here, I don't know what happened. The autofocus on my camera wasn't working, so it was blurry for a while, so I cut that out. This little puppy is going to be my bandito, and I'm putting patches of brown around his eyes, starting just even with the eyes and making the muzzle area, the white area, actually colored in with W1 and W3. And I used 3 brown colors to put in the brown patches around the eyes and on the ears. And you'll see here, I'm using a white jelly roll pen to put some shine in the eyes and the nose. Now I'm coloring up the hat, which is really simple Copic coloring. I think I used 3 red colors. By the way, all the Copic colors will be listed on my blog, which I'll link to below. And I'm just giving it some dimension and shadow on the edges, and maybe giving a little bit of a crease mark in the middle there, just so that it looks like fabric that has some kind of movement or folds to it. Somehow I missed recording the fine details that I added with a white jelly roll pen, but you can see them up close here. I think these white details really add the look of fur. Now I'm starting on the second puppy that I am coloring up with the palest of the warm grays, which is W1 and W3. And I did that to create the look of a white dog, actually. If you just left it all plain white, it wouldn't give you the feeling of fur and texture. And all I'm doing here is doing some light flicking motions all around the puppy's fur. And then I go through where there are shadows with the W3, a little bit darker around the belly, around the hind legs, right at the muzzle where the muzzle meets the forehead, and right there underneath the brim of the hat and under the puppy's chin. Adding little flicks of color all around the puppy really give the look of a furry little dog. And that's the finished little white puppy. For all of these dogs, I'm darkening up the eyes and the nose with a black Uniball pen just to highlight the shininess of those little spots. And then I go through with a white jelly roll pen, adding the highlights in the eyes, just adding little dots on each one, and then a little thin line toward the top of the nose. This last puppy is going to be a black puppy, and you'll see I start off with a kind of a medium warm gray. It's actually a W5, I think, and a W3. I knew I would probably be adding darker shades of the warm gray, but I wanted to start off light because you can go darker, but you really can't go lighter without making the paper potentially pill and look a little scraggly. So I shaded in the areas that I thought needed shading, you know, the lower belly, the hind legs, under the hat brim, under the chin. And then I decided, ooh, I really do want to go a little darker. What I was most afraid of was losing the kind of detail of the eyes and the nose, so I didn't want to go too dark, but here I've added some W7, and I'm going back in to color in more with W5, a little bit further into the dog, around the nose, the muzzle area where there would be depth, under the chin again. I'm trying to leave the bottoms of the feet a little bit darker, but the legs, the front of the legs, kind of paler. But at this point, I'm thinking this looks like a gray dog, not a black dog. So I go one step further with W9, and I really like how this came out. I add again all the same shadowed areas with the darkest W9, then go back in with W7 further into the puppy, around the shoulders, around the forehead, right where the muzzle meets the forehead. I'm just darkening up the whole image, and taking this step by step, it was a little time consuming, but I'm glad I went through this process so that I could ensure that I didn't lose the detail of the cute little puppy's face. Again, I'm taking a black Uniball pen and darkening up the eyes and the nose, sharpening up the edges of my less than perfect stamping. And I went in with the white Jelly Roll pen to add the little highlights on the eyes and nose. And that's the finished black puppy. Now for the furry parts of the little puppy's hats, I thought I would do a comparison of the Deco Art Snow Rider with the Marvy Uchida Liquid Applique. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that the Deco Art Snow Rider, mine anyway, was really hard to get out of the bottle. You can see I'm putting tons and tons of pressure on that bottle, and the hole is so small at the top, and the product is actually pretty thick, and it has almost like a grainy texture to it that you can see my hand is shaking. I'm putting all of my strength trying to get this product out onto the little furry areas. And it does give really great soft dimension to a project and exactly where you want it. Oh, I'm just showing you the lid. It actually has a closure that fits perfectly, not letting air in so that the product doesn't dry out. And another great thing about this product is that you can actually push it out of the way and then go back over with a black marker to redefine the stamped image that you're coloring up and adding texture to. So that's what I did here. You can see the hat is perfectly back in line. Now I'm using the Marvy Uchida Liquid Applique, and it's much more liquidy. It just flows right out of the little pen, and all you do is when you cover up the area you want to have puffy, you then take a heat tool to it, and then the liquid magically turns puffy. The biggest difference I think between the two products is that the Liquid Applique is easy to use, but it's less exact. It kind of goes everywhere. You don't know where the puffiness is going to come in. But you can see the dark puppy has the Liquid Applique and the white puppy has the Snow Rider. I added glossy accents to the eyes and nose as a last finishing touch. And I think they all came out super cute. I hope you enjoyed this process video. Please give a thumbs up if you did. Thanks for watching.